Hello everyone, good evening. So I am Josephine, and for today's video I'm going to report my topic, and the topic that assigned to me is plant propagation structures. So before I start my introduction, please allow me to read first the objectives of my report. The first objective of my report is utility of plant propagation structures. So, yung ano ba? Um, yung kahalagahan ng plant propagation structure sa atin as o sa mga farmers, or tulad natin na mga nag-aaral sa like planting, ganun. And then, second one is different types of plant propagation structure. So, mga iba't ibang klase ng plant propagation structure yung i-discuss natin, or yung topic natin this video. Okay? Um, so, plant propagation structure. The structures which facilitate propagation of plants are called propagation structures. So, yung uh, structure which facilitate propagation of plants is tinatawag na propagation structures. Propagation structures are required for propagating plants by seed, cuttings, and grafting. So, yung propagation structures pala is required siya by plants or seeds like cuttings or grafting. So, ayan. Propagation structures are there is two types of propagation structures. First type is a structure which temperature control and ample light, such as greenhouse, modified concept house, or hotbed where seeds can be germinated, or cuttings are rooted, or tissues culture micro plants are rooted and acclimatized. And the second one is the unit structures into which the younger tender plants can be moved for hardening, uh, preparatory to transplanting out of doors. Cold flames, low polyethylene tunnels or sand tunnels covered by Saracloth, and let houses are useful for this purpose. So, the materials that I mentioned, so yung mga na-mention ko is, material siya nagagamitin or makikita sa greenhouse or greenhouses. So, what is greenhouses or greenhouse? Greenhouse has been used long back by horticulturists as a mean of forcing rapid growth of plants and extending the growing season, particularly in colder areas. They are being used for wholesale production and propagation of floricultural plants. So, ano ba yung mga floricultural plants? Those are plants na mga flowers. Mga anything basta flowers. So, yung tawag sa kanila is floriculture or floricultural plants. Nursery stocks of fruit crops and vegetable crops. So, yung greenhouse pala is hindi lang pala siya ngayon naging sikat, kundi kahit sa mga kanunuan natin, or before pa nag-i-exist na talaga yung greenhouse. Ginagamit na talaga para sa pagpapa-germinate, na not only sa pag-germinate kundi sa sa mga gustong magtanim, kahit kahit the even the seeds are not is not season, like hindi ba season ngayon, like may mga seedlings tayo na may mga seedlings tayo na seasonal. So sa like sa season ngayon is maulan or rainy season or sunny season, ganun. So may mga plants na hindi siya tumutubo or hindi siya talaga nabubuhay pag tag-ulan, and meron din hindi nabubuhay pag tag-init. So greenhouse is very important kasi kahit yung seeds or yung plants is hindi niya ngayon season, yung greenhouse is kaya niyang pangalagaan para mas lumaki or para makapag ba tawag dun sa gusto mong magtanim ng kahit anong plants, kahit hindi season niya is mabubuhay pa rin, ganun ba? So next, a greenhouse greatly extends the variety of scope of propagation. Many kinds of greenhouse are used for propagation, but the most suitable type is the one that admits the maximum amount of light. This is important particularly where most of the propagation is done in late winter and early spring. Good light conditions are essential for the steady growth of the seedlings. Experiments have shown that the greenhouse that runs from east to west is best for better light penetration in winter and early spring, and consequently preferable for raising seedling at this time of the year. Moreover, it is important that the greenhouses should be well away from any kind of shade, such as a tree of building, including other greenhouse. Some shelter, however, from north to northeast wind is desirable. So let's move on kasi madami naman dito, hindi na natin babasahin or i-discuss kasi more on understandable naman eh. Self-explanatory na ba? So para hindi tayo magtagal, okay? Greenhouse construction begins with a metal framework to which metal rush bars are fastened to support panels of glass or some type of plastic materials. Nowadays, metal pre-vacated greenhouse with pre-bolted trusses are available from several manufacturers. The two most common structural materials for greenhouses are steel and aluminum. Most greenhouses are made from galvanized steel, which is cheaper, stronger, and lighter. So, yung mga susunod na i-discuss natin is the materials that we will be used if we have a greenhouse or sa mga gustong magpatayo ng greenhouse. So yung mga materials or mga topic na i-discuss natin is gagamitin nyo or makikita nyo doon sa greenhouse. So first, heating and cooling system in greenhouses. So, what is uh, uh, ano ba yan? So, ano ba yung purpose niyan sa greenhouse natin or sa may mga greenhouse? Ano ba yung purpose niyan? So, yung use niya po is in a moderate climate, the best choice for keeping a greenhouse above freezing is a small electric heater. So, para siyang heater or heater talaga sa greenhouse. For larger greenhouses or small greenhouses, in cold climates or those requiring a hot house environment, we would recommend electric, propane, or natural gas heater. So, tumutulong siya sa pagbibigay init kasi 'di ba sa malamig na panahon, nagbibigay siya init sa greenhouse, which is important kasi kailangan din yun ng ating mga tanim na like sa mga ating mga uh, like sa mga new germinated seedlings, ganun. So, not only sa mga na-germinate, kundi sa mga other plants na nandyan sa greenhouse. So, next, environmental control. So, environmental control, it is greenhouses includes control and modification of day and night, temperatures, relative humidity, and carbon dioxide levels for optimum plant growth. Extremes of temperatures and humidity are encountered during winter and summer. So, ayan po. Bali, kinokontrol niya. Bali, siya yung nagko-control sa ano, um, sa init at saka lamig during winter and summer. So, yan po yung gamit ng environmental control natin. So, next is analog control. So, ano ba yung use ng analog control sa greenhouse? So, analog steps controllers, stage controllers use a solid state integrated circuit to monitor environmental data in the greenhouse and create output signals that active equipment based on a set of internal programmed instructions. So, para siyang automated machine, parang automatic siya na parang CCTV siya or parang dinedetect niya yung panahon kung tag-ulan ba or tag-init, taglamig, ganon ba, parang ano siya, parang ano siya, parang para siyang data nga na nadedetect niya yung kabuuang natin greenhouse. Parang may signal na niya sa through signal gamit yung niya data, ganun. Yan po yung gamit niya sa analog control. Next is computerized environment control. So, ano ba yung computerized environment control? So, for example, in a greenhouse, a computer can be used to monitor temperature and turn heaters on and off at an appropriate intervals to maintain a constant temperature. Okay. So, yung gamit niya pala is parang automated siya. Automated siya na automatic siya na napapatay and bumubukas. parang minomonitor niya yung temperature. And horn heaters, like sa mga na-mention ko kanina na una na may heaters, parang heater siya. Parang ito yung nagko-control doon sa heater na automatic siya mapapatay and o-open pag kailangan, or kung anong temperature yung salukuyan, ganun. Parang example ngayong gabi, sobrang lamig ngayon. So itong device is automatic siya mau-open yung heater kasi nadidetect siya, parang automatic siya nadidetect through computer. Ayun, sa computer. No need na pumunta ka kasi naka-connect na yon. So ayan po yung gamit niya sa greenhouse. So next is greenhouse covering materials. So parang self-explanatory. So ano ba yung pang-cover natin sa greenhouse? So ito, the covering materials used for construction of greenhouses include glass, polyethylene, UV stabilized, polyethylene acrylic, polycarbonate, and fiberglass. So the glass-covered greenhouses are expensive, but for a permanent long-term installation under low light winter condition, because glass has a superior light transmitting properties and less expensive relative humidity problems. So yung polyethylene materials is parang siya, not expensive, pero madali siyang masira. But the glass, although expensive siya, pero mas matibay, mas useful, mas matagal magagamit. So yan yung greenhouse na gagamitin, ay materials or covering sa greenhouse na gagamitin. But parang nire-recommend nila na mas okay daw gamitin or i-apply ang glass. Glass. Greenhouses include glass. Yun yung mas nire-recommend nila kasi matibay, matagal, at hindi siya madaling masira. Yun. Those materials that I mentioned is used and magagamit sa greenhouse. So next is polycarbonate. What is polycarbonate? So polycarbonate greenhouses help diffuse light more evenly than glass greenhouses, which helps plant thrive and even grow faster. Polycarbonate protects plant from excessive sunlight or radiation, as it naturally offers UV protection. So yung polycarbonate parang cover siya sa greenhouse. Bali, okay din siya na gamitin sa greenhouse kasi tinutulungan niya na ma-diffuse yung light, diffuse light more evenly than glass. Even though yung glass is nire-recommend nila na gamitin, pero may mga objectives naman din yung iba. Pero yung polycarbonate is madali siya talagang sira compared sa glass. Kaya mas yung glass yung nire-recommend. Pero may objectives naman, may layunin naman talaga. And then may use naman pala talaga yung polycarbonate. No. Tinutulungan niya, pinoprotektahan niya yung plants from excessive sunlight or radiation as it is naturally offers UV protection. So, ayan. Next is hat frames or hat beds. So, hat frames or hat beds is basically a hotbed is a heated cold frame. In many ways, it is a miniature greenhouse, um, providing the same benefits with limited space at minimal expense. Okay. It is means for it is means for extending the growing season. It is most often used to give an early start to warm season vegetables such as tomato, pepper, or melon. So, ito palang hotbed is parang siya, parang pang-germinate siya na gamit. Pang-germinate siya. Parang ito yung parang square siya na pwede siyang gamitin sa pag-germinate ng tomato, pepper, and melon. Kasi, it is most often used to give an early start to warm season vegetables such as tomato. Parang siya, benefit siya, limited space. Parang siya, hindi siya compress. Limited space at minimal expense. Parang recommended siya yung hotbed para mas mapadali yung pag-germinate ng ating tomato, pepper, and melon. And then, hindi din siya expensive. No, less expensive, expenses. So, yan. Gamit din siya sa pagpapatubo ng ating mga plants doon sa greenhouse. Yan yung hotbed. Kung may hotbed, meron din tayong cold frames or cold frames. So, cold frames are simple wooden boxes built with an open bottom and a solid, clear top. They capture and concentrate the sun rays, creating a microclimate inside that more hospitable to plants. When the mercury plummets, if this sounds like a greenhouse, you're not far off. So, ano ba meaning ito? Parang siya, parang dun din siya sa mga ginagamit siya sa parang circle din siya. Ito, may papakita ako picture. So, guys, ito pala yung cold frame. Ginagamit din siya sa pag-germinate. Ayan Ayan. Ayan yung cold frames. Ayan yung iba. Parang wood siya talaga. Wood na materials. Ayan. Wood siya. Gamit parang wood yung materials niya. And then parang may screen dito. Tapos, dyan. Pwede siya dyan ilagay para parang sa outside siya sa greenhouse. Ayan. Pinaka-greenhouse na din siya. Ayan. Pang-protekta. So, yan po yung cold frame. So, ano ba yung purpose o yung gamit ng cold frame? So, yung gamit ng cold frame is, a cold frame is exactly what it sounds like. A transparent outdoor frame that protects plant from cold weather while still letting sunlight in. Oh, yan pala. Yan pala guys yung pinoprotektahan niya yung plants sa lamig habang mainit pa yung loob, while still letting sunlight in. Parang protect siya sa lamig, habang yung init papasok siya sa loob. Parang may screen kasi sa ibabaw, tapos wood yung gamit sa sa side. Yun pala, protect siya sa cold. So next, lath houses. So ano yung lath houses? So lath houses are a type of greenhouse that was popular in the 1890s. So 1,800 years and early 1,900. They are made of narrow strips of wood called laths, which are nailed to a framework of timber. The laths allow air and light to circulate, and the frameworks protect the plant from wind and snow. Search natin kung ano yung picture ng lath houses. So guys, yung lath houses is para siyang greenhouse talaga, pero parang wood. Parang siya, yung materials na gamit is wood ba? Kina-cover siya. Cover siya sa wood. Ito guys, oh. Ito guys. Ayan. Para siyang greenhouse. Ito. Parang greenhouse pero wood yan. Ayan. Para siyang greenhouse. Kina-cover siya. Pero yung loob niyan is mga plants. Yan yung lath houses. So yung gamit niya pala sa parang mas recommend siya sa ibang bansa kasi pang-protect siya sa yung pinoprotektahan yung plants sa wind and snow. Kasi pa greenhouse lang na normal is pwede siyang masira. While yung ito na wood or parang kina-cover siya ng wood, parang mas matibay sa snow and so when. Kaya recommend siya sa ibang bansa talaga. So next, propagation frames. So propagation frames is an opaque enclosed case with artificial controlled light and heat that is used for propagating plants. Okay. Parang kinokontrol niya yung light and heat na pumapasok dun sa greenhouse natin. Yan yung propagation frames. Sometimes in a greenhouse, the humidity is not enough to allow satisfactory rooting in the leaf cutters. In such cases, enclosed frame covers which glass or plastic materials may be used for rooting or cutting. These frames are useful only in grafted plant as this retain high humidity during the process of healing. This pala is mas recommend or mas used siya pag mga grafted plants. Okay, next is net house. Net house. What is net house? So, shade net house materials uses materials from shade net house offer a highly efficient substitute for insecticide, herbicide, and fungicide. It guards against pests and lessens the spread of illness. Yan pala yung useful or yung gamit ng net house sa mga siya, parang kinokontrol niya or gamit siya sa pag ano, enter ng mga insecticide, herbicide, fungicide, and guard siya against pest and mga nag-spread na illnesses. So next is bottom heat box. So, ano yung bottom heat box? So bottom heat box, it is a simple box for promoting rooting of cutting and difficult to root fruit plants like mango and guava. It consists of two chambers made from galvanized iron sheets. Pinopromote niya, ito palang heat box, pinopromote niya yung rooting of cutting in a difficult root fruits plants. Gamit lang siya for mango and guava sa pag-rooting. Yan yung uses niya. Next is mist propagation unit. Ano ba yung mist propagation units? So it is mist propagation units are used for propagation of difficult to root cutters. The main aim of misting is to maintain continuously a film of water on the leaves by reducing transpiration and keeping the cuttings turgid until rooting takes place. Okay. So, yung ano nito, nagpropagate of difficult root cutting. The main aim of misting is to maintain continuously a film of water on the leaves by reducing transpiration and keeping the cutting turgid until rooting takes place. Okay. Bali, gamit siya for so ito the rooting of softwood leafy cutting under spray or mist is a technique now widely used by nurserymen and other plant propagators throughout the world. The aim of misting is to maintain humidity by continuous film of water on the leaves hanggang sa maging magka-roots yung plants natin. Yun yung function niya. Parang nagsimula siya sa leaves. Yung water is dumadaan siya sa leaves. Tapos papunta na sa body and then hanggang makaabot siya sa roots and then magkaroon na siya ng produce ng roots yung plants natin. So next, so two more only. So the next is growing rooms. What is growing rooms? Growing rooms or grow room or growth chamber is a room of any size where plants are grown under controlled conditions. The reason for utilizing a grow room are countless. Some seek to avoid the criminal repercussions of growing illicit cultivars, while others simply have no alternative to indoor growing. Pwede ka pala magpa-grow ng any size of plants sa growing room kasi parang mag-search tayo, ipapakita ko sa inyo yung picture ng growing room. Yung growing room is para siyang storage na parang nasa loob lang siya. Growing room sa talaga parang naka-aircon na walang ilaw na nakakapasok kundi lights lang. Ganun. Parang nasa storage area siya na walang lights na nakakapasok, kundi lights la parang sun or sun rays na nakakapasok, kundi mga lights lamang na ano, mga lights. Ganon.
Mine solid size 7, 1, 2. Mine solid 1, 2. Ganda rito bossing. Pwede pa ako
Na ano.
size 7 yung
Ayan.
solid 1, 2.
So, last
Mine na lang.
topic is the automatic greenhouse. Automatic greenhouse. So, what is automatic greenhouse? So, parang ano, understandable na automatic greenhouse, parang madali siyang maintindihan. So, greenhouse automated refers to the software that is created to automate or automatic actions of the technical installation installed within the greenhouse. Automation emerged in the greenhouse industry less than 50 years ago by simply opening the ventilation windows at the temperature increase. Automatic siya nag-o-open yung mga windows, ventilation, hanggang sa temperature increase, hanggang sa maabot niya yung minimum ng greenhouse. Ganon. Yung temperature ng greenhouse. Parang ganon. Yun po yung last ano natin topic sa lesson 11, the automatic greenhouse. So hanggang dito na lang muna tayo. Thank you for listening, and if you have some question, you can ask me here on Messenger. Just PM or ask me if you have an other question, or if you don't understand, if you have some parang hindi naintindihan sa aking report for this lesson, huwag kayong mahiya, just PM or ask me here on Messenger. Bye, thank you for listening, and that's all. Thank you. Bye.